Thanks indeed for being here again. Just one simple statement about the metaverse. I fully agree with some of the speakers that before were on the stage in terms of the physical and digital. As for me, it's the same. We need to talk about physical world, not physical or digital. And on the other side, it is not about the metaverse. I would say it's about which metaverse or which metaverses in plural, because we have many. Anyway, as Judy has stated, we have put together two kind of reports. One focus on innovation in terms of winter and mountain sports that was already released and published back to July 2022. And then another one in terms of cycling that it's gonna be released very, very soon in a couple of weeks' time. In both cases, we have gathered information and put together all the information and combined all the information coming from 3 different types of sources of information. Online questionnaires targeted to experts in different parts of the world. We also undertook a very qualitative, good panel of in-depth interviews with industry leaders, again in different parts of the world, including obviously Andorra, and we gather secondary information from different sources. At the end of the day, we put together again these couple of reports that I'm gonna summarize within the next 20 minutes, more or less. First of all, as a kind of sport industry overview, as the Minister mentioned before in his first keynote presence, 7.7% of the Andorranian GDP comes from the sport. In the European Union before Brexit was 2.12%. In Spain, for example, is 3.3%. Generally speaking, we are talking about an industry of about 1.5 to 2% of the GDP. The winter mountain sports, WMS, is growing. As you know, in Andorra, 92% of the ski resort skiers or visitors are internationally, back to just before the pandemic. The cycling industry also continues to increase, and it generates around 95 billion euros as an industry in 2021. From a future perspective, obviously, the winter and mountain sports, as well as cycling, have faced a lot of challenges, especially due to the pandemic. First of all, cycling is a non-contact sport, which at the end of the day benefited the activity, and it can be practiced both outdoor as well as indoor. So all the pelotons, all the vehicles, Rubies and Swift of the world have experienced a boost in their performance, in their sales over the period of the pandemic. Now back, I would say, to the reality. From a ski and winter mountain sports perspective, the pandemic has hit very heavily the sector because it was not allowed to travel. And this is one of the most important factors of this hit. On the other hand, we are facing, as a society, as a planet, the global warming, and this is also a challenge that is impacting the winter and mountain sports industry. So again, sustainability practices, again in their 3 legs, economic, social and environmental, are very, very important for winter and mountain sports. But the good thing is that, according to the experts, obviously the impact of COVID-19 pandemic is decreasing over the time, obviously. So, this is top line of some of the main conclusions that are written and exposed in those reports that Judith were mentioning too. When it comes to the digital transformation gap, we ask among a short list of stakeholders, which type of stakeholders have a bigger gap when it comes to the digital transformation. And the expert said that local federations, as well as clubs and the public sector or semi-public sector, are the ones that have a bigger digital transformation gap. On the contrary, event organizers, sport apparel, sport equipment, and sport media companies are the ones who are better prepared to tackle all the different challenges that the digital transformation is facing. When it comes to the fan engagement, and here the scale is -3, negative impact, meaning negative evolution, so decrease in their importance. +3 means positive impact, means increase in the importance of that specific factor, of that specific item over the time. So, in terms of cycling, the main fan engagement items that were highlighted by the experts are geolocalization, real-time information, especially not for elite cyclists, but for amateurs, and then digital platforms. On the other side, when it comes to winter and mountain sports, real-time information, again, especially focused on the amateur side of the sport, of the activity, digital platforms, as well as the creation, maintenance, and development of communities. We also compare these results with another report that GSIC, the Global Sports Innovation Center powered by Microsoft and with our help, we put together in 2021, not focused only on cycling and winter mountain sports, but globally and across the board when it comes to sport activities. And here we have the main results. Digital platforms, real-time statistics, gamification, and monetization of fan engagement were the ones that were highlighted by the experts, again, from different countries and again, across the board when it comes to sport activities. Sorry. Help. Yeah, I know. Okay, good. When it comes to team and athlete performance, this is another topic that was discussed with all the experts. It is quite interesting to notice that when it comes to cycling, data is the most important factor. Athlete data analytics, team data analytics, so both individually as a team, and then nutrition. When it comes to skiing or winter and mountain sports, injury is the word that is more repeated along with nutrition. So data for cycling, injury for winter and mountain sports. When we asked the same question a year back in 2021 across the board, athlete data, team data analytics, and injury prevention were the ones that were highlighted. It is important also to mention that nutrition is over there. So congratulations, obviously, to Logomil, because they are part of this ecosystem that are helping the industry and all the stakeholders to improve in these regards. Another topic that was discussed in both reports, actually the three of them, was media. At what extent, what are the main topics that are going to evolve in a positive way within the next few years? From a cycling perspective, From a cycling perspective, it's about content customization, stories, documentaries, and highlights, not live. Not live. Live is, was, and will be always the king element of media, but it is not enough at all. We need to focus on stories, documentaries as a content, highlights, etc., as well as for winter and mountain sports, where life is shorter in terms of the action, generally speaking, highlights, and also content customization. Last year, we asked the same question to a broader panel of experts in different parts of the world. Okay, no. And again, content customization, measurement of audience, basically because of the fragmentation of the audiences and the fragmentation of the offering as well, in both in terms of content, both in terms of platforms, and then highlights. I would like to highlight that highlights is the most important content moving forward. We have a lot of offering to watch, right? But the main challenge is that we have only 24 hours a day. And all this content is competing for our same attention and time. At the end of the day, we prefer to check on our mobile, laptop, smartphone, whatever, highlights of what has happened, instead of spending the whole time watching live events, with some exceptions, obviously. Skills and talent. This is a quite interesting question that we put to the panel of experts, in both cases, again, cycling and winter and mountain sports. What are the main skill, professional competences, both attitudinals and aptitudinals, that were more recognized as important for stakeholders and the industry at the end of the day, both in cycling as well as in mountain and winter and mountain sports, as well as, generally speaking, soft skills are the main professional competences that are valued by the employers. Soft skills. We are talking about team working, we are talking about communication, we are talking about leadership, we are talking about analysis, we are talking about empathy, we are talking about resilience. These are the most important professional competence that the companies, that the entities in our industry are considering when deciding to hire new talent. Second, project management skills, which means more autonomous people, autonomous talent to lead a project from A to Z and making sure that they can be accountable in terms of timing, in terms of calendar, in terms of milestones, and obviously in terms of budget. Soft skills, project management skills. And then, yes, language, sports industry knowledge, general business knowledge, etc. But at the end of the day, companies, entities, clubs, federations are looking for desperately talent with soft skills as well as project management skills. As mentioned, the main soft skills that are considered in these reports, on these three reports, are teamwork, leadership, and analysis, but again, along with other soft skills such as communication, resilience, empathy, etc., etc. And another very, very important opportunity for the industry moving forward is everything related to STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, that can be or should be applied also to cycling and winter and mountain sports. And just to end my short presentation, again, you will find all the insights and the whole report already at the Andorra Business, Andorra Research and Innovation website, as well as the GSIC, the Global Sports Innovation Center powered by Microsoft, identifying and attracting people and talent. What are the main sources to identify talent? According to the experts, networking, networking, and networking. So personal contacts is absolutely the main thing. Then competitors, especially for cycling. Then also internal promotion, especially for winter and mountain sports. Eventually, one of the reasons behind this relevant result for winter and mountain sports is the fact that it is not easy to convince people to live in the mountains. This is a challenge, and you know it. This is a challenge in terms of housing costs. This is a challenge in terms of also transportation, accessibility, and communication. So this is part of the equation. As a conclusion, to try to, So digitalization is absolutely very, very important for both, for cycling as well as winter and mountain sports. There's a lot of interconnection among all the stakeholders of both industries, cycling and winter and mountain sports. When it comes to, especially winter and mountain sports, the valley, the resort is very, very important, and it is critical and pivotal to have a good coordination and communication among both public and private sector, trying to create synergies. I know that sometimes it is not easy, it is a challenge, but this is something that both parties have to work very, very hard in order to reach agreements. Again, the importance of soft skills and project skills management, or project management skills, in order to identify this right talent that will allow and will facilitate both industries to go to the next level. And obviously the importance of sustainability for both industries. Again, the three legs of sustainability: social sustainability, environmental sustainability, and also, last but not least, economic sustainability. And STEM, science, technology, engineering, math topics as one of the challenges to tackle moving forward, especially for a female audience and for female talent that usually are not that lean to study all these courses and titles. And that's all from my side. Again, you will find the opportunity to check and to download all these reports, both at the Andorra websites as well as the GSIC website. Again, the winter and mountain sports report is already uploaded, so you can download it as you wish, and then the cycling one is going to be uploaded very, very soon. Thanks indeed.